Today we are going to talk about this. In the past 4 months, I've been trying to lose weight and do stuff to make it possible. I changed a bit my food style, but it was absolutely not enough. And to be honest, I was not eating that badly before. I walked every day 10,000 steps, and it basically did not change anything at all, which was quite frustrating. So, at the beginning of this year, my mom, in a moment of trying to support me, asked me why I'm not trying, for example, things like Ozempic or similar stuff. And to be fair, I have nothing against it. I am just afraid. And I'm in a state of mind where I rather not try it out. And yes, but on the other hand, I don't want to give up on a tool that may be useful and work. So, what I did is I tried to see if there are ways to kind of have the same effects, the same reaction of your body without taking the actual injection or medicine. And I did a bit of research, and I was already taking a good amount of supplements due to some issues that I have and things that I need to balance out. But I decided to change several things. Among these are supplements. I also changed the way I am eating. I started tracking the macros to make sure that the alignment is fit, and I changed a bit other habits, but let's talk about this. I've been trying it for the past 38 days. Today I started on the 18th of January and today is the 18th of February. And I'm not sure about the results, but I will share. So um, if you're curious, then you will let me know if you think are good results. The first thing I did was changing the supplements while adding stuff, and I added glucomannan and this berberine. This one should help by creating like filled space in your stomach so that you are not so hungry when you eat. And this one should help you digesting the carbs, basically, if I understood it correctly. I am not an expert on this topic, so this is my understanding, but if you're interested in it, I highly suggest you look into it for yourself. I started taking these before lunch and before dinner, and I changed also the order of how I eat things. Now I eat fiber at the beginning. I've been eating for the past month the same entry. It's just a salad with some paprika, some tomatoes, and cucumber. I don't know how to call it, but the green one, the one that you put on your eyes when you go to the spa. So I've been eating that salad with some balsamic vinegar. Of course, my Italian side is always there, and I've been eating this for every lunch and dinner for this past month. And that part was easy. I enjoyed it. I'm not a big salad person, but for some reason it was more than fine, and then now I even like it. So that's great. After salad, what I ate was the protein and the fats. So if I had meat or fish or eggs or whatever, I was going to eat them after my salad. And then at the end, and only at the end, I ate the carbs. And I've been doing this for a month. It's not super hard to do, it's just changing the order of stuff that you eat. In some cases, when it's like mixed, then of course it's not as easy. But I mean, you can always do the entry first, so that was okay for me. And I've been tracking everything I ate for the past month to make sure that I'm also balancing out exactly the correct amount of protein, not too much fats, mostly because I'm having some health issues that won't allow me to eat too much fat. So I really had to go with more proteins. And of course, I also counted the calories to make sure that there's always a good amount as an intake, not too little. I am not usually hungry, so I tend to eat a bit less in some days, or in other days, I don't realize how much I am eating in reality. So I have to be careful for that. Now I'm more used to portions and stuff, so I can better estimate how much things are, especially if I'm eating always the same or very similar. But still, tracking gave me a lot of perspective. Another trick that was helping me a lot with the feeling was eating like very slowly. Every bite had to stay in my mouth a lot. I had to bite it a lot to make sure that it was properly digested already in the mouth. And it took me very long to eat. Like my lunches and dinner were really long. Like usually 15-20 minutes, I'm done. Now it's more than 1 hour, which is much, but I've noticed the difference. So this is also something I started. And I also started taking collagen, eating collagen at night before sleeping. I made myself like a hot beverage and I put the collagen in it. And I started noticing a few things. Well, the first 2 weeks, the weight went down really fast. Like the first 2 weeks, I lost most of the weight that I lost during this period. And also, I noticed a lot more energy on my side, a lot more clarity in my head. So, really positive aspect, to the point that I started exercising. And I did not pushed myself too much. I stepped down with the walking. I'm not doing 10,000 steps anymore. It was stressing me too much because it takes a lot of time to walk 10,000 steps. So I rather slow down on that aspect. But on the other hand, I allowed myself to have just 2 exercises per day, like maybe 15 repetition, like 3 times 15 repetitions for an exercise for my legs, and 3 times 15 repetition for the upper body. And that's it, like no more than this. And over the month, I was able to build some better and healthier habits. However, I noticed that in the past 15 days, more or less, my weight is again stable. And I really need to understand why. It could be because on a few days I was not tracking, so maybe the weight was like there was more food or more water intake and things like that. I'm also struggling a bit with the sleep. I am sleeping a good amount of hours, but I have the tracker, and the tracker says that I'm not really resting properly. So there could be that part. And in general, my stress levels are quite high. My work, I would say, is going really high. But overall, it was working at the beginning and now it's stable, considering that I have also started to exercise. So, could also be that. I will keep doing this for minimum another month and to see if there are really changes, and if there are, like, if it starts going down again. But yes, this is my experience for now. I would say overall I'm satisfied. I feel good, I feel better, and for sure I will try and do it for another month and I will let you know if it works.